I think if you talk to anyone that's played state cricket, anyone that's played international cricket, they'll always go back and talk about grade cricket as the stepping stone for them to becoming what they've become.
Even if you're playing for Australia, I felt just as much pressure walking out the bat for Bankstown.
There's very few places in the world that have Bondi Beach on its doorstep. This is probably one of the most attractive places in the world to be playing cricket.
The only thing I know about Manly is a hell of a nice place, so go there, give it our all, and then go and have a recovery swim down on the beach afterwards.
Heads.
What is it?
That's a head.
It's a head.
We're going to have a bat.
All right, good luck.
Thanks,
Have a
mate.
good game.
Cheers. Manly Oval looks like a really good batting deck. First hour is probably going to be a bit tough, but I think once you're in here, it's a beautiful place to bat. So looking forward to the guys batting today. They've got 2 or 3 bowlers. One that's played quite a bit of first class. He's been in the first class team for a while, so they're going to be at us all day.
And it wasn't the best of starts as Angus Robson was dismissed in just the second over. Ezekiel and Lazarus rebuilt for the Dolphins as they punished the rare loose ball. But Ezekiel was then caught at slip. And Ian Moran, a week after passing 10,000 first-grade runs, edged behind for just 8 as it was honours even at lunch.
Yeah, it's a solid start. Disappointing to lose a wicket in the last over before lunch. 3 for 80. We've got a few starts here now, so we've got to rebuild the partnerships and hopefully this session is going to be crucial so we can get hopefully another 100 runs and keep at least 5 wickets in the shed so we can really have a go after tea.
Wickets continued to tumble at one end as each struggled to build a substantial partnership. At the other, Greg Clarence was batting patiently and seized on anything offline. He went on to make 100 off 170 deliveries. And when he was the last man out, Easts had posted a below-par 258.
Losing a few wickets in clumps didn't help, but I just tried to be there and sort of tried to cash in after tea. I knew if I could get to the last sort of hour and a half of the game, there'd be an opportunity to contribute and get some runs there, so that was the plan.
Hats off to Manly. I thought they bowled exceptional today. We didn't convert a lot of our starts, but to see Greg Clarence get his 100 today was very pleasing. So we've got to have work cut out for us next week. We have to bowl really well, take our catches and put some pressure on these guys to get a result. So it's going to be hard work and we'll lead the way from that first session.
2 days later, some of the players set their alarms early and headed for a 6 a.m. training session with club fitness coach Wayne Geber.
Twice a week we come here and we do Tabata training, which is 20 seconds high intensity interval training. 10-second break, we do 3 or 4 sets of that, try and get around 4 rounds done and then finish off with some sprints, hills or stairs or shuttles. Just really fatigue the guys, get them out of their comfort zone, short, sharp, intense exercise. It's great for removing lactic acid from cricket on a Saturday and again getting them ready for cricket the following Saturday.
We go through about 5-10 minute circuits, a bit of strength, a bit of cardio and then maybe something really hard at the end. So you might see a few blokes on their hands and knees, I think.
A lot of guys end up pushing themselves to that limit and yeah, it's a very, very tough session for sure.
Really, really hard. Today is going to be tough. I haven't been for a couple of weeks and I'm expecting to be in all sorts.
I try and keep it fun, high energy, and we just try and achieve as much as we can in a short amount of time so then they can go on and enjoy the day. Some of them are going to uni, some of them are going to work, some are going to the beach, and it's just the training short, sharp, and we get it done. Get it done early in the morning and go and enjoy the day. Good job, Rach.
50 mountain climbers, 10 on the hammer curl press, up and back once at least, 20 to 25 on the dips, please. Keep going, Lance, keep going, Lance. Good job, girls, well done.
Best thing you can possibly do Tuesday morning at 6 a.m, so better than a sleep in.
As expected, very tough. It's always a tough session down here, but you don't feel worse for it.
You get better as you go, so that was my first one for this summer, but in previous years, as you go, you do more and more and you start to feel better, but yeah, struggling after the first one.
And the circuits, mate, they're a killer, especially the bear crawls in your shoulder, very tough.
Later in the evening, the players were able to reflect on Saturday's performance and the plans for the week ahead at training.
Look, probably didn't get as many as we would have liked. 260 odd. I think we were defending. Had a couple overs at the death there and had a couple of chances, but we've got to bowl well this week.
It was slow and low, so preparation for Saturday will be to bowl 4 and straight. So tonight I was working on bowling stump to stump. It reversed a little bit on Saturday, so if we can get a few to reverse and bowl nice and straight, we should get a few LBWs and bowls.
The wicket was a very good wicket, but also if you bowled well on it, it was quite hard to score at times. So it really is 50-50 going into Saturday.
Go down to the RSL, down on the beach there, and get a meal and a couple of beers, and happy days.
We've got a trivia night. I don't think we're going very well, but some of the lads aren't offering much, so including myself. So we'll see how we go. Taz and Rowie are leading the charge there.
The Marquees of Queensbury.
Taz is a massive geek. Literally anything to do with politics, science, any question that you'd be embarrassed to know, Taz is right.
Taz definitely is the team leader, and Rowie's good support, but I don't think Pilot's offering much, being a Pommy himself, so he obviously doesn't have a clue about much.
The first name is Clubbo. IKEA or death? Clubbo. IKEA or death?
It's a really, really good social club. I mean, off the field we perform very, very well, which is always a plus. I mean, especially after a few wins on Saturday, we tend to have a few too many beers on a Saturday night.
The following Saturday, conditions were better suited to bowling, but club coach Michael Bevan knew it was going to be a tough ask to get the win.
I think it'll be tough. It's a reasonably good wicket with a reasonably strong side, so we're going to have to take our catches and bowl pretty accurately and just look to sort of create a bit of pressure on him. The wicket looks like it's probably a little bit more worn. He's rolled in some grass clippings, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not the wicket continues to wear throughout the day.
It's really good today, similar to last week, really hard. So good preparation during the week, so should be a fair few runs in it today if the weather stays fine.
The guys were saying there was some turn last week, and so hopefully that'll be the case this week. So we'll have to wait and see how it presents. Yeah, look, it'll be pretty tough for us today. I think we'll need to bowl well to be half a chance.
A wicket each for Moran and Yazdani removed both openers within the first hour. But that was as good as it got for Easts in the morning session, as the experienced Manly top order of Beadle and Crosthwaite batted positively and wrestled back the initiative for the hosts. The introduction of left-arm spinner Shane Devoy was going to be the key. In his first season at the club, Shane travels up from Canberra on match days.
I'm from Canberra and play for the ACT Comets in the Futures League competition. The Comets are now not just a Canberra side, but Canberra in New South Wales country. That gives us a direct pathway into the New South Wales Blues. And I guess as a result of that, if you kind of want to be looked at that, you've got to come up to Sydney and play grade cricket. It's a much stronger competition, and obviously if you're testing yourself against good players each week and do well, it puts you in good stead. I think at sort of my age, 25, and I've got a career, it's something that you've got to either jump on very quickly or the moment sort of passes you by. So from conversation to decision and getting up to East, it's probably about a week. And the boys have been great to allow me to come in and have an opportunity to do what I do. Fantastic group of lads, couldn't be happier. That Pilot bloke's a little bit iffy, but the rest of the boys are fantastic.
It was always going to be a struggle to contain an experienced Manly batting order, and captain Tim Cruikshank proved just that as he eased his way to a majestic 74 to lead his side home by 5 wickets.
Pretty disappointing day, unfortunately. Wasn't happy with enough runs last week, so we didn't get enough runs, and then we just didn't compete today. We lacked a lot of discipline with the ball, and our fielding was atrocious. So, not ticking all those boxes, put us in the back seat and made it too hard for us to take wickets. Oh, look, Morale's a bit down, but we've got to reflect back on the 2 games that we've done really well in, and keep that keep the guys motivated. We'll bounce back next week, and we're looking forward to it. I'm still pretty confident that this unit that we have, the nucleus of the first grade team, that we can make the top 6. I think we're good enough, and that's why today was disappointing, because I do think we can perform better. So I think if we get into the top 6, with the chance of creating a few upsets.
As Easts reflected on their loss, in the other changing room, Manly began the winning team ritual.